Ugh, camera stand, man. I'm forever fighting with my camera stand. How we doing out there? First things first, my name's Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG Technology Screens. Just toggle to the side of the screen. Hope he doesn't get in any trouble. I'm hoping to get in trouble myself. Do not do anything weird on camera. Thank you. If he does weird stuff on camera. Alright, so we are basically doing samples because got companies for shipping this stuff out to, or Black Technology, or Screen Paint. You can see all the testing we have done on this stuff. This thing looks absolutely incredible. And I got to remind myself to go onto the website to put in the certified demonstration that we did, because that needs to be in there desperately. So I got to get that done. Alright, so you can see this new technology we got, the cinematic. Basically, easy to code down to any application. Doesn't require a lot of headache instructions. Very easy to do. So easy, your kids could do it. So easy, your cat and dogs can do it if they have opposable thumbs. But anyway, very easy to do, by the way. Alright, so we're going to come in here. I bought myself a PAL, P-A-Y-L-E. I'm saying that correctly, hopefully. Projection screen. It's all white screen, 1.0 gain on it. I watched the promo demonstrations on it, showing that they kind of tell you that you're going to pick up this incredible image, but technically you're not. And this is what a lot of white screen owners go through. They'll buy a great projector or a bad projector, whatever way, and they'll think that the projector is going to fix all the washout woes and worries, but technically it's just not going to do it. Because you got to read the contrast level. That 100% contrast level is so important, you'd be surprised how important it is. Alright, so let's go over here first and put my fan on the floor because I'm pretty sure it's making a lot of noise on my cell phone. And let's turn on our projector. We're using a Chrissy LWU 400. I paid about 60 bucks for this projector. I have two of them. One I paid 50, one I paid 60. Got another one coming in I paid $16 for. That should be fun to play around with. Let's turn our projector on. You know, I'm looking at the screen, and they said it was 16.9. That's not 16.9. That's 4.3. This is where you got to be careful about, because they'll say it's, you could do 16.9 on it. Yeah, if it's 4.3, you can, but your screen size is going to be smaller. Let's show you the advancements. You're going to get our new sample surface. We got to get, this is the sample surface is quite huge, because again, you know, if I've had problems with screens where the samples were just not big enough and it just didn't do it for me, because I really couldn't see exactly what I was getting because the screen was too small. But that's how much advanced. Oh, we got to turn lights on. And we got the halo system I'm putting on here. I got a bar halo system I'm buying to connect on top of our screen, so that way we can show how much light our screens can take in. Let's get our lights on. Now these screens right here were designed to be, the smallest screen was designed to be for portable setups, RVs, camping, tiny homes, stuff like that. Screens on the go, theater on the go, whatever you want to call it. And the problem is that how you're going to be to operate these things if you really can't see the screen to begin with. You're going to be running off a Pico projector most likely, which we're going to do some demonstrations on a 311 Pico projector. And I plan to be out and about in the daytime doing demonstrations. Isn't that crazy with the new ad tech we got? We're going to be out in the daytime, running around doing demonstrations. That's crazy, ain't it? But our technology has that capability. Now, as you can see, the massive change. Look at that. On your everyday white projection screen with our coding. But like I said, we got samples now. So you can basically, our samples are on a, I think that's, pretty sure it's like 18 by 18. It's a big surface, as you can see. Sample surface, you can lay it against your screen. You can see exactly the same reaction we're getting here. So you can see exactly how much the change is important. I have to go walk around with this sample today in different areas and offices to do boop against their screen all day long, pretty much most of the day, showing them the difference between why their white screens aren't reading anything at all, period. Now, this is the reason why we have our black on black demonstrations, which is extremely important for our products. Number one, it shows that our products don't match any form of house paint, fabrics, films, and all that other stuff, so it can't be duplicated. It also shows at the end of the day that, as I said before, that any form of dark screen, white levels are going to drop. And so we get some people from time to time, they'll sit there and go, well, the white level should be the same as the white screen, but I want to pick up contrast. I go, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. You have to pick up an extremely high white level, yes, because if you don't, your colors will fail, everything else will run fall along with it, which we show you. That's why we do black on black demonstrations, because it clearly shows in the demonstration when you see the black level, white levels our screen picks up compared to everyday black paints and fabric. Yeah, it does pull a high white level. We have to have that there. That's why in black on black demonstrations do more than just compare your product against other products that could match your product. It shows your screen's capability to be able to pull what it's not designed to do. As in gray screens, when you do a gray on gray, your object is not color. It's not white level. It's contrast. You have to show why your gray screen paint, other dozens of gray screen paints, what makes yours different. And it would be contrast in a fully lit environment, which, you know, you don't see those being done because they don't do those demonstrations. And therefore, that's why everybody's lumped in the same category. Got to be to do that. Let's grab ourselves another one. Kaboom. So the lighting we have in here, which is roughly 24,000. Yeah, I was wondering why when I came, I was like, what do I feel like? Like, it literally feels like when you first spend time under 24,000 of light. Now I can understand a little bit what stars go through when they're under those hot lights. Gee whiz Louise, you can actually feel the heat coming off of them. It's quite interesting. And your skin burns a little bit. But you get used to it. You do. I'm getting used to it now. I can be here with no glasses on. My shades, I don't have to have them on. But yeah, you get used to it. First couple days in here, it was headache city. I was like, what the freak? I thought it was a monitor. It wasn't a monitor. I finally found out how much each one of the rods were. And I was like, whoa, they're 3,000 a piece. And added them up. I said, we got 24,000 on top of us. Mind you, it's not even in the ceiling. It's 3 inches from the ceiling. So we're right on top of it. But hey, that's the best way to do it. So our screen paints can survive 24,000 and a projector that sits in eco mode at 25. Let's get something else here. Got a beautiful fish. I can't wait to finish a piece over there. We're going to put some depth into that, add for the screen when we show it all. Let's go with, oh, we got it right here. Hey, jokester. Guess what? Joke's on you. We can't even see you're off camera. It's in the cleaning mode right now. Look at you slick. See that? That's how much you lose. And on top of that, it costs you more money. You know why? Because you have to buy projectors with high contrast. They don't give you contrast with free on a projector. You will pay for that. The higher the gain on the screen, the more you're going to pay. The darker the screen, the more you're going to pay. The higher the contrast on the projector, the more you're going to pay. So you could be roughly sitting up there with a good maybe $7,000, $8,000 already spent, and you're still in a dark environment, calibrating all that. Now, just so we get this out in the open, because I hate to bring this up, but we got to. If you feel getting the sample sheet doesn't require the bashing verification, it does. If you feel that getting the sample sheet gives you the right to do, no, it does. Just to let you know, if you're doing faulty demonstrations against a company, products, whatever, including even the sample sheets, we will file a lawsuit against you. Just so you know, put it out there in the open. So you want to paint something over top of it and whatever, yeah, don't do that. It'll land you in jail, because we will file cyber charges against you. If it's done online, it's a cyber charge. It'll land you 20 years in jail. You don't want that crap. And also file lawsuits. And the lawsuits with these will hit you with, they'll be in federal court. So in federal court, you're looking at $1 million a note. We can back that up in a courtroom any day of the week. Because I got to be around town with this thing. And if I can go around town and show this off anywhere I want to go, what odds do you have of winning in a courtroom with that screen with us displaying on their screens? Probably one we already hit already. Not worth it. I know we get some people saying today, why would you bring that up? Because we already have people we're taking to court and suing. And they're getting some very serious jail time out of it. So that's why we bring it up. As soon as everything is done and completed, we'll be posting all court documents to our sites. It's a warning to anybody who decides that they want to tamper or manipulate our products. So, check it out. I love this, man. So I gotta be, we got people coming in today. I gotta do I'm still hunting for more outlets. Actually, I found a couple places a little farther out. So I'm gonna be out there doing demonstrations out there early in the morning. Why not? That's what we usually can test this stuff at best. And then probably around 6 o'clock, I'll be all around Allentown, grab myself some popcorn, and we'll watch some movies off this, because I figured out how to get it to work outside. Basically, Wi-Fi is not something we're going to be able to use. So what we're doing is we're mirroring it off this phone and transferring it to our projector, and we're using Bluetooth tethering from one phone to another. So I'm transferring internet to one phone, so I can basically stream off the other one. So we can do whatever we want now. You can watch Netflix, whatever, right outside. And then I'm recording off that phone, but then I figured out that if I take the videos and I upload them to my Facebook account, which I have on that phone, I can save them to my phone and transfer them over to this account. Yep, figured it out. God made a way. So that shows you the massive advancements you're going to receive off our technology once you code up your white projection screen. This is the new one. I just bought it yesterday. So if I bought this screen yesterday and say I saw the demonstrations, with the family and, all the lights on, and I'm thinking that my projector, being a Christie at 4,000 lumens, could easily hit that with no problem. And to find out, it can't. So now where do I go? I'm going to be in a forum site somewhere talking to somebody like, okay, how do I get this to work? You're going to say, well, you might have to get a projector with a higher contrast. And you might have to do ambient light controlled environments where you've got to darken the environment. I'm not a happy camper. They see our videos and they watch me doing this. And they go, oh, I found a solution. I'm going to buy that guy's paint it on my screen, and I'm going to be using my screen anywhere I want. And you will. Just like I'm doing it right now in the office. Hey Taco, if you want me to wash your fur, I can just take it to the laundromat and wash your fur. Yeah. Now we're going to get our brochures ready for our Surface. I like the brochure. I like how whatchamacallit did their brochures. Their brochures are amazing. And we are going to put some information in there for you, of course. Specification sheets, stuff like that. And also, too, some links in there. You can copy and paste, whatever. You can go to the website. We'll load links on the website for the sample section. And you can order right from there. And you'll be going to see the links and everything, like what we're doing right now. Time we got here. We gotta be out of here at 8 o'clock. Back to City Hall again. I'm at City Hall so many times. They don't know me now when I walk in and out of it. They think I work there. I'm like, no, I'm just coming in and getting paperwork. There's a lot of paperwork. A lot of paperwork. Alright, I'm getting it done. Ugh. Now the surface is going to be pressed on plexiglass. I like plexiglass. Usually when I have like materials and stuff, I always jack them up somehow. They get bent, twisted, drop something. Yeah, I'm going to use plexiglass. I'd rather use that instead. all samples will be batch number. You know that. We batch number everything. Literally everything. It's the only way to go. So we will have a batch number verification on it. To be marked with a certain number, we know which batch went out, how many went out, the whole 9 yards. Now, let's talk about the sacrifice field, because not too many people talk about sacrifice fields because they don't know what sacrifice field is, because they can't see it, because yeah, if you're in an environment line all the day, you're not going to know what sacrifice fields are. So, basically, all screens have them, every single one of them. Everything from gunmetal, white screens, gray screens, you name it, they all have a sacrifice field. This is where your screen does not activate that well. Now, for us, it's the reason why we have to do a ton of testing on low lumen projectors, fully lit environments, the white level tests we have to do on the screen versus the white surface can't get any more higher than white. And when we do these tests, we have to be to show that our screen is not, white levels are not going to drop. Because that's going to be expected when you're dealing with darker screens. White levels start to drop. Depends on how much of this white level is going to start to drop when it comes to the sacrifice field. So for us, we do drop. It's normal. It has to happen. There's no way in the world we can not drop some white levels. But if the white levels didn't pick up the way they're supposed to, guess what doesn't work? Your color doesn't operate correctly. Sorry, and your white levels, of course, don't operate correctly. This is why we have test demonstrations where you'll see at 1,000 lumens, excuse me about that, 1,000 lumens, and you'll see at a distance throw, we do these demonstrations sometimes at 16 feet back, we have black paint and we have a white surface. That screen's going to have to be to show a proper balance of color, even though it has a black surface, which again doesn't have a high enough white level, which comes out too dark, and the white surface which has no contrast, which means it can't recolor. We have to pick up that balance right in between. If our technology was coming up too dark, we wouldn't be to recolor. It'd be impossible, especially in fully lit environments. Mind you, black screens are not supposed to be used in very well lit environments because they have a hard enough time trying to generate a white level. So they put them in darker environments to be to pick up the white levels better, and they put them on high-end projectors to try to get the white levels to kick higher. We do this at 50 to 300 lumens, easily. So my projector's at 25 in eco mode at 24,000 over top our heads. So with that being said, we've been able to conquer that field. But is the white levels going to drop? Are they going to be the same as the white screen? No. And this is one of the customers, I'm sorry, but I do not like doing business with. This is a very difficult customer because this customer is expecting to read 100% white levels and 100% contrast at the same time. That's what they want. If they don't get it, they're upset and angry. We don't deal with you. I will put your money right back in your account and move away from you as far as I possibly can. Your potential headache. So that's why we don't do any business. So if you have asking these questions and they become complicated, where you're asking this and the other, and we tell you from the door, this is what happens, we're showing you tests, we're showing you demonstrations, and you continue on with this, your money goes right back into your account. You don't order from us. So that's the reason why every field has it. Now, gray screens act like they don't have it. You do have it. Contrast. You can't pick it up for jack. Ambient light rejection technology. You do not have this. You don't possess this in any way whatsoever. Even if you go darker with your screen, you still don't possess ambient light rejection technology, because once you go darker, what happens is your white levels start to drop, much like darker screens. But the problem is you don't generate a high enough white level. You only get that if your screen's lighter. I know, I developed gray screen paints. I know all about that stuff. So in between that time area where you're at, your best area is mid-gray. Because in mid-gray, at least you can pick up your white levels and your colors, but your contrast will suffer, ambient light rejection will suffer. Those are your sacrifice fields right there. That's how that works at the end of the day. White screens, what is the sacrifice field? Just about everywhere you can possibly think of. They're not ambient light rejection, they have poor gain capabilities, they don't recolor, they can't pick up 100% contrast, they have all kinds of problems. So the darker screens, that's why if you look at the gunmetals, have that reflective surface, so they can generate a high enough white level, because then the sacrifice field kicks in. Will they pick up 100% white level? That's virtually impossible. That's going to happen. So all screens have it. And the thing about it is, some people try to make it like the black screens only had that issue. We had the largest test of black versus black on all our products, where everybody else has not done any gray versus gray. So if you have 10 gray screens, which one out of the 10 gray screens is going to pull the best contrast. It has nothing to do with color. Forget that, because it's going to pull it either way. It has nothing to do with white levels. It's going to pull it either way. Your problem is going to be ambient light environment, contrast. Those are the two areas of your sacrifice field that's going to kick in. So what you have to show is, what's the difference between my product and this, that, any other? Who pulls the best gain? Who pulls the best image? Who pulls the best contrast? And I can't express this enough. When you're doing demonstrations in fully lit environments, your screen has to be intact, which means it can't be washed out, faded, grayish nonsense going on the screen like we saw with that. I hate to bring it up, but it is what it is. The Frankenstein mix and a window that washed out completely where the red levels weren't even there anymore. So you can't have that. It has to be just like you're seeing now. You have to be to see it. Pull your cell phone out, it's got to match your cell phone. And another thing I can't express enough, and I got to add it in there. People are doing side-by-side comparisons to TVs. Stop sticking the TV in the dark. My monitor here doesn't have to be in the dark. My monitor can operate in a fully lit environment with no problem. So if you're comparing yourself to TV, you have to be in the same environment as the TV. The TV does not have to be in your environment. That's where they make the mistake. I see it every time. I've seen, and it's not just one person. Please don't think it's one person. It's not just him. I've seen a lot of people do it. Even influencers, I see them do it. So the things you got to watch out for. Now you see that grayish around the screen? That's supposed to be black. But you can't pick it up because screen can't read black. And that's a mistake I see with people who buy $30,000, $40,000 JVC projectors, and they think that massive amount of contrast is going to pick up. I'm like, man, you're not seeing nothing. You're in the dark. You're looking at gray. Simple and plain. Right there. You have to read the bright colors. You got to read the black level. What I've seen in black screens, I've seen about 2 of them. That's basically about it in paints. Bad demonstrations. There's a lot of tests missing. There's a ton of tests missing. Same demonstration, same dark environment, same projector setup. They do a lot of contrast. We say, look, we'll pick up contrast. Big deal. That thing will pick up contrast all day long. It's those bright levels it has to be to read. No color pattern test, no white level test, no low lumen test, no distance throw test, no outside test. There's a lot of stuff missing. Yep. You gotta be outside with those things. If I'm advertising an ambient light rejection technology, I have to be in an environment with a lot of light. Can't be in a dark environment saying, hey, look, it's ambient light rejection. And I got a birthday cake effect going off in the environment. Don't work that way. Because what happens is when the customer gets back and they fire up, and they're not going to be in the same environment. And you tell them that they have to turn their environment into a dark environment, they'll buy TV. Not worth it. Let's go over to, we got some kind of abstract art here. Gaming. Gaming is, black levels are extremely important in gaming. Very, very important. Play Warhammer? I play Warhammer. Warhammer has a lot of dark areas in the game. I can play Warhammer in all this light and never have a problem with it. People have to turn the light out to get the contrast to work. You already told yourself your screen doesn't work. So all we have to do is show our comparison. I got another one of these screens coming in. I'm going to paint a little square in the middle of it. That's what I want to do. And we're going to use that for our demonstrations. Microphone's on the other side. Always on the other side. What do we add on this? What's that looking at? I won that game for a long time, thing called Nitro Express. I ordered it. I have not been able to play it yet. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow. Beta fish, black background. Can't get any more understated than this. A black background, beautiful color, bright fish. If our technology sacrifice was too high, you wouldn't be seeing any of those colors at all. It wouldn't even register. Now, I got to be at 30 minutes on this. Because now I'm teaching myself to do 30 minutes. Because some of the places we've renting out, actually was in the park using Wi-Fi, which I was shocked that it came up that good on Facebook. Facebook came up crystal clear. YouTube, you got to up your game, man. Because, man, we could do out there, but YouTube gets choppy. Facebook has a perfect stream outside. I just literally did one on my Facebook channel outside to see what would happen, and it ran perfectly. I'm trying to keep it down to 30 minutes. Only people are going to watch 2 hours of video are people that are researching us. That's pretty much not even going to watch 2 hours of video. That's a lot of video, 2 hours. So we got to get it down to 30 minutes, short and sweet. I think we can get it on 30 minutes. No. We need the videos. We got 30 minutes in here. Let me see. Let's go with LG Jazz demonstration. There we go. Now, I've seen people do this demonstration dozens of times. They do this demonstration to be in an ultra dark environment, saying, hey, I read contrast. No, you can't do that. Let me show you what we're doing with here. That's how much light we're reading in here right now. Now the reason why we switched the screen over here, because look, the lighting. So I'll show you. The lighting here is closer to the screen here. It's a little farther from here. So that's why we put him here, because it's closer to the light. When I have time, I'm gonna get myself a stand. I'm gonna stick that sucker right underneath these lights. And we're gonna put the halo system in the day. I gotta figure out the halo system. Got it around here somewhere. We'll find it, we'll tape it in. At the bottom, that's the screen that it came into. So we're going to be, when we're done with all these, or we're doing the demonstrations, we're going to be doing next, we're going to be coding this screen in. Well, not yet, to tell you the truth. Because I do want to do a sample version of the Gamer Paint. And I want to put it up there to show you the difference between Gamer Paint and the white screen. And when that's done, then we're going to coat this thing with the Gamer technology, and these screens are going to be up for sale. Because it's a whole Gamer technology on the floor. That screen paint's not for sale. It's going to be used for developing our Gamer screens. And that's what this was supposed to be for, but when I put the sample sheet against it, I was like, huh, it's interesting. Let's do a whole bunch of demonstrations on this. And here we are. Now, a buddy came in, he was like, we don't sell this as samples. And I was like, I already thought about that. So that's what we're doing. So that's why we're getting brochures and everything made. So it's real nice when you open it up, and it'll be available. We got some people that don't even buy samples. They're just going to buy the paint right from the door. And do one, they bought like $1,000 worth of paint. You bought $1,000 for this paint. That's where we shipped it off to. Which reminds me, I got to be in the mailroom. But anyway, yeah, he brought $1,000 from the door. You know why? Because we have people research your company. They'll research everything, and if they see tons and tons of demonstrations of you doing this, going out and doing this and doing that and doing that, oh, this guy's really serious about what he's doing. That's how we ended up getting this guy who's going to buy a black diamond screen. He's going to drop $20 on the screen, $20,000 on the screen. And he said, "Man, I came in and saw your video, and I said this guy's persistent. It's like on every day." He's here, he's there, he's all over the place, and he's constantly showing tension on his product, and that's why he dropped the money on my account. We've been friends ever since. He's actually in my Facebook account. I've actually met his family. We're good friends at the end of the day, but yeah, that's how we met. He was going to pull the trigger and spend 20 grand for a black diamond screen he bought from us. All right, people, Hope you enjoyed the demonstration. Of course, we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing us with amazing technology, because one for Him, none of this would be possible. Sample sheets most likely would probably be available next week once we get everything done, because again, they're done, but I want them to look professional. I don't want to just send you some sample sheet and a package and that's it. You need information on what's it all about. You need basically specification sheets. You need all that stuff in there. So when everything looks professional when you get it. All right. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for your time and support, and God bless.